cool cats and kittens. I haven't seen you guys in a while. I hope everybody is having a great first weekend of their summer vacation. The end of the school year art show went really well. Just awesome work, and I'm so proud of all the hard work that all my students did. So I was thinking of a really cool end of the school year project for you to do either now or maybe later on in the summer, or really whenever you want. So I was thinking of doing a wheat pasting project. I don't know if you've ever done wheat pasting or not, but I really think it's a great project to do, especially if you have a lot of drawings that you don't really know what to do with. And so it's a great way to go into your sketchbooks and just kind of look through, and and then I'll show you guys how to create the wheat pasting and what to do with all the prep work and everything. So let's get started. So like I said, the first step is going to be either creating a drawing that you want to use, and it could be anything, just needs to be on paper, or looking through some sketchbooks and just kind of looking through and figuring out what would I like to use, if there are any cool drawings in there, or maybe something with an animal or people or faces, anything. What I'm going to use is a solar system project that we did earlier. So in this project, which you can look on my YouTube page, I show you how to draw, the Earth and the Moon and other planets and comets. So I thought this would be a really cool thing to make into a wheat pasting, because I really like all the different planets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out what I want, and so you could use a whole page if you want, or you can just cut out individual items. Perfect. Now that I have all my cutouts, I'm going to go into the kitchen and make some of the wheat paste. So now we are going to make the wheat paste. What you're going to need for this is a container, some kind of bowl. Would work as well. I'm using just like some Tupperware that I don't really care too much about. The wheat paste you can easily clean out, so it doesn't have to be something like, you don't have to worry about using something too valuable, because it's going to be easy to clean out. But I think Tupperware is a really good way to go, because you can actually seal it up eventually and then use it for later. I actually have a batch over here that is a couple days old, but as you can see, it's still in good condition. It's solidified a little bit into almost like a jello, which is what it'll kind of turn into, but you can still use this even in this form. It's just if you want it to be a little bit more liquid, then you can add more liquid. If you add more wheat starch, then it's going to be a little thicker. So you have your container, then you're going to need your wheat starch. This is some wheat starch that I bought online, pure wheat starch. You could also just buy it at the grocery store, or if you are not wanting to use products that contain gluten, or you have celiacs or something like that, then you could use cornstarch. So what you're going to do is basically you're going to mix the wheat starch into this container with some water. You're going to use 1 part wheat starch, and you're going to use 5 parts water. So you're going to take a measuring cup I'm gonna use a quarter cup. You really don't want to use too much of the wheat starch because you can the little bit goes a long way. So I'm just gonna use a quarter cup. I recommend just kind of starting off using this measurement. Now what I'm gonna do is fill this up with some water, 5 parts water. Next step is to get a spoon and start mixing. You want to make sure that there's no chunks in here. You want it to be really smooth. And when you're done with it, you basically want it to look like milk. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the microwave for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to take it out of the microwave and stir it again. And I'm going to do that 5 times. Depending on what kind of microwave you have, depending on how powerful it is, it might be a little less, it might be a little bit more. But I'm going to show you eventually how you want your wheat paste to look like. And again, you know, let's say you did it 5 or even 6 times and it's still not looking like you want it to. Maybe you just need to add a little bit more wheat paste. Maybe you need to add a little bit more water. It's, you know, depending on what you use, it can be a little bit different. And that is the consistency that you want. You don't want it to be too liquidy, and you don't want it to be too jello-y either. You want it to be a kind of gooey, like slime. You know, like I said, a little bit goes a long way, so this is really all you need. So now that you have your wheat paste, let's head on outside. Really want to also make sure that this cools down. I find that the microwave, you know, that process works really well and it works really fast. You know, like I said before, this is you know, this is something that you can do outside, which is really nice, or you could even do it, you know, inside. Use your cutouts or whatever you want to be wheat pasted. A brush. I like this size for this, you know, type of work. If you're doing something really big, then you might want to use, you know, a really big brush. But this is kind of too big for some of these pieces. So I'm gonna take my drawings, my brush, and my wheat paste.
Are you filming?
Yeah. So the first step is trying to figure out where you want to place all of your artwork on whatever surface that you're going to be working on. Once you find a spot, you want to use your brush, get the wheat paste on there, put a good amount, and spread it all over the surface that you're going to be putting your artwork on. Place your artwork on top, and then you want to seal it by using the brush to go over top of your artwork, and then it's sealed. As you can see, I'm looking for more spots to place other artwork. Place the paste down, put the artwork on top, and then paste over top again. Here is my lovely girlfriend Sarah. She is helping me put some artwork up in our yard. She's helping me with the dragon, which is a really cool project that we did in the YouTube series. have it. All you have to do now is just wait for it to dry. I definitely recommend placing this on your drawings on something flat. You know, a fence is really perfect, which is why I chose a fence. You want to choose an area that is, you know, going to be okay for you to repaste everything on. But the great thing about this is it's temporary and it's really friendly for the environment. And you know, I actually did a bunch of different drawings, which I will show you.
Next to the recycled bird feeder project.
Ooh.
There's got a hole in it. We gotta replace it, but.
Alright guys, well, that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson, and I hope you guys can really use this cool art project and apply it into your home or you know, wherever you feel like doing this project at. See you guys next time.